It's Anything Goes Friday, and people want to just jump right into it. So onward through the fog, as Oat Willie used to say. It's 18 minutes past the hour on this beautiful Friday here in Portland, Oregon. And I'll be back with you in just a few moments.
This is the Thom Hartmann Program.
By the way, Trump's, actually Obama's former ambassador and Trump's former ambassador to the Ukraine is testifying right now in closed session. And welcome back, Mark in Seattle. Hey, Mark, what's up?
Hey, Tom, it's Mark Taylor-Canfield. And
hey, Mark. Yeah, what's up?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. It's also beautiful in Seattle today, but don't tell anyone.
Okay. Yeah.
But I have a great news story, a good news story here about a community effort to save an iconic music venue called the Showbox Theater. Mm-hmm. It's located right across the street from the world-famous Pike Place Public Farmers Market here in Seattle. Built in 1932. Duke Ellington, Gypsy Rose Lee, Muddy Waters, and a lot of the most famous local grunge bands like Pearl Jam and Soundgarden have all performed there. But the real estate developers wanted to tear it down and build yet another high-rise with expensive condos. So it turns out that 150 local artists and bands, actually national acts too, signed on to a campaign to save it, including the Dave Matthews Band, Death Cab for Cutie, all these great bands signed on to a campaign to save the venue. And after multiple city council hearings, the building has now been given landmark preservation status, so it can't be demolished.
Yeah.
And I'm also a musician as well as a journalist, so I performed my song called Save the Showbox at several of these city council meetings. And people in Seattle have finally really come together, especially the music industry, Tom, in a way I've never seen before. And we saved an historic icon. So now a nonprofit called Historic Seattle wants to buy it. So we're going to have a bunch of benefit concerts and try to raise money and make sure that it continues to be an iconic music venue in Seattle. And kudos to everybody in Seattle who got together. This is an example of how your community can work together and save an historic landmark in your city. So I hope that this kind of thing spreads and other people do the same thing. It's been really good for the arts community in Seattle, and I'm so hyped.
That's remarkable stuff, Mark. Is there a website for the venue or for the effort to raise money for the venue?
Yes, and the hashtag is Save the Showbox. So you can go to savetheshowbox.org. You can go to historicseattle.org. And also a group that I'm involved with called RiseUpBelltown.org, which are all local community groups that got together and have been working together along with Friends of the Pike Place Market to make sure that this beautiful, beautiful theater is not torn down for another high-rise, condo. In Seattle,
just
we
to
have
hustle
a problem
some more
with
profits, yeah.
Yeah, we have so many towers in Seattle now, Tom. I don't even recognize my own neighborhood. The skyline is just crazy with all the Google and Amazon development going on here. So, yeah, we really don't need another luxury condo high-rise. What we really need is to preserve one of the reasons I moved to Seattle was before the music here. And we really need to honor and be proud of what the city has to offer. I mean, this is the home of Jimi Hendrix and Heart and Nirvana and Pearl Jam, Dave Matthews. We've got some great talent here, and I'm so happy that we finally decided to get together and preserve our heritage the way that cities all across the country should be. We've seen the same thing in Brooklyn, New York. We've seen the same thing in San Francisco where, historic venues get torn down. So kudos to all the people in Seattle who did this.
There you go.
Great story.
Okay, Mark Taylor-Canfield. Thanks, Mark. Thanks for the report.
Thanks, Tom.
Good talking with you. Yep, we'll be back. It's Anything Goes Friday here on the Thom Hartmann Program. We'll be right back with your calls right after this. Welcome back. Thom Hartmann here with you. George in Long Beach, California, listening on KPFK. Hey, George, what's up?
Good morning, Tom. A much better morning, having just heard what Mark said. That was great that they saved that place.
Yeah, that really is spectacular.
My name is Mark Taylor-Canfield. I'm a journalist and also a musician in town, and I just have one thing to say. You gotta save the Showbox. It's been very good to me. You gotta save the Showbox. It's been very good to me. Oh, don't you let them tear it down and leave us here in misery. Well, I've been going to the Showbox since the day I was born. I've been going to the Showbox since the day I was born. Oh, won't you leave her there? Won't you leave that poor lady alone? Yeah.